I just finished my third year with the Chicago Bears. I was in church at Fairview Baptist Church on a Sunday evening and really didn't want to be there. I was there out of respect for my parents because it was the off season. I was back in Edmond. And but just the Holy Spirit spoke to me that night. Jesus talking with Nicodemus and John talks about that the work of the Holy Spirit. You see the effect, you see the work. You can't see it visibly, but you see the evidence of the work of the Holy Spirit. And I was in church that night, and I'd grown up in church, heard thousands and thousands of sermons, had the Bible grounded into me. But so often, I think we, as we hang so much on just a creed or praying the sinner's prayer, and that is absolutely a commitment. I mean, just like when you get married and you say "I do," you have to say "I do" to Jesus. But the sincerity of your heart is reflected in your behavior. And if you say one thing, but your actions aren't consistent with what you claim to believe, then you probably don't really believe it. And again, as I said a little while ago, I'd grown up in a very sheltered home. I was the baby boy to Millie and Bertie Blair. And, mom and dad tried to protect me from any kind of sinful temptation, as good parents overdo it often. And but when I got to college, discovered a lot of things I never knew existed. And for about 8 years, as the quote unquote football star, I made bad decisions that I did not claim ever to be. I never doubted God and never claimed that I was doing the right thing. I was just having a good time doing the wrong thing. But at that point, at the age of 26, for some reason, the Lord just slapped me in the face and got my attention that night. It was very personal, very real, and it was very serious to me. And I recognized that I was a fraud, and I sat here and called myself a Christian. I can talk theology because I'd had it drilled into me all my life. But as far as the way I lived my life, I was not honoring God. And the term Christian means a follower of Christ, a follower of Jesus Christ. And there really wasn't much in my life that would indicate that I was following Jesus anywhere. So that night, I walked the aisle, small church, maybe 35, 40 people in church that night, prayed on the front row with my dad, and got up and have been walking in a different direction ever since.